Good morning to you. Hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. Absolutely beautiful sunshine after kind of a wild and woolly day yesterday as the frontal system moved through. Not a whole lot of precipitation around the state. 1/10 of an inch in most cases, pretty well covered it. Many locations a trace. The wind probably made it feel like or look like it was raining a lot harder than what it was, but as I said, for the most part, we're not looking at much in the way of precipitation from any of our reporting stations all across the lower peninsula. As a result, what happened was north breeze moved through, wind gusts. We had a gust up right around 28 miles per hour out of the north as we moved through the afternoon. And that did make things a little bit cooler. We saw temperatures drop from the noon hour. Our high temperature was reached at 11 o'clock yesterday morning when it hit 71 degrees. After that, it was all downward, moving drop through the 60s into the upper 50s as we approached about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon in many locations. And if you heard yesterday, there were a number of locations in northern Michigan that were in that a mid 50 degree range already at noon. We did see some temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, especially in the southeastern corner of the state until later on yesterday afternoon when the front went through. If there was any precipitation that was greater than 1/10 of an inch, it was in those particular locations. But as I said, that was about it. Matthew, we started off with a little bit on the chilly side. We're trying to recover right now. Where are we on the thermometer?
Currently, over at the airport, it's fair at 58. Over in Midland, it's also fair, but at 59. Here at Radio Center, it's mostly sunny at 59. We have southwest winds at 5 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.10, and it's steady.
Just punching up some of the numbers here from overnight last night. I did see that Alpena dropped down to 36. Pellston had 31. Looking at a couple other locations here, Atlanta was at 35, 38 degrees over in East Jordan. Tawas dropped down to about 38, 37 at Fife Lake. Moving around a little bit more, 34 in the Mayo area. Lupton had 35. 38 in Standish a little bit earlier this morning, and they had 0.14 of an inch of precipitation. But by and large, well, Alger had 33, Atlanta looking at 35, Grayling at 35. We're looking at Raco, that's one of the MSU reporting stations. That was 38. Ruxton was at 31. Roscommon dropped down to 28 degrees overnight last night. Some of the cooler temperatures that we will see, although we're not going to be breaking any records for warm over the next few days, although tomorrow might be an interesting day. We're looking for a high temperature of 69, mostly sunny skies with a southwest breeze as we go through the remainder of the day today. Clear skies tonight, 49, so not nearly as cool as what it was last night. Looking for a high with sun to start the day, 78 tomorrow. Now, that's not a record, but still, it's very warm. You're looking at 10, 11, 12 degrees warmer than average for this time of the year tomorrow. Clouds will be on the increase after midnight. There will be some spotty shower activity around between midnight and sunrise on Friday morning, but it is going to be very spotty, isolated, kind of like what we saw yesterday, but even less than that. And then on Friday, clouds to start. But as we go through the day, whatever shower activity with those clouds is going to be isolated, widely scattered, partly cloudy for a good part of the day on Friday. Temperature will warm up to about 72, so we will be warmer. But we're going to have a north breeze because a weak frontal system will be dropping through on Thursday night and early Friday morning. North breeze, but not very strong, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles per hour. That's it. Clear skies on Friday night. Once again, we're going to get chilly. We'll drop down to 40 degrees for a low on Friday night. So any outdoor activity, football games, whatever It is going to be chilly, so plan on dressing accordingly. And then on Saturday, mostly sunny, 72 for a high. Clouds will be moving in, then become partly cloudy and clearing out. And then after midnight on Saturday night and early Sunday morning, there will be once again an isolated, widely scattered shower, 52 for a low on Saturday night. Sunday is going to start off with clouds. If there is going to be a sprinkle or a light rain, that's when it's going to be early Sunday morning. Partly cloudy as we go through the day on Sunday. Middle 70s, 75, 76 degrees for a high. Clear skies on Sunday night. 45 for a low. Then Monday and Tuesday, mid 60s both days there. Plenty of sun. There might be a chance, but very rarely is there going to be an opportunity for precipitation first part of the work week next week. If there is, it's going to be south of Michigan. Mostly sunny skies because what we're going to be looking at long range starting the 7th and going all the way through the 15th, above average as far as our temperatures go, and below to much below precipitation. So we're not anticipating much in the way of precip to take us all the way through at least the middle of October. The warmest ever, October the 2nd, 1971. Our record high of 87 was set on that date in 1971. The low temperature was 63. The coldest ever was 1974. We dropped down to 30 degrees for a low in 1974. We only got up to 44 for a high. Again, 1974, October the 2nd. Just a reminder, yesterday we mentioned that 2019 was a really wet October 1st and October 2nd. We picked up a little bit better than 3.2 inches of rain with those 2 days. And some folks will remember it very well because we were right in the middle of trying to get some harvest done. And we wound up not only with better than 3 inches of rain, but kind of a muddy harvest during that period of time to start off the beginning of October harvest back in 2019. Normal high for this time of the year, 67. The average low is 46. We're going to be looking at some very pleasant temperatures, really, for the next several days. Matter of fact, the best chance of a killing frost, or I should say, the best chance really of a killing frost on average is right about now, starting right around the 4th, 5th, 6th of October. Usually the latest that we've ever seen a frost is November. November the 1st, 1971 was the latest frost that we picked up here in the Great Lakes Bay region. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Risk management is something that a lot of business people have to do each and every day. Agriculture is no different. And that's why when it comes to risk management in agriculture, folks work with the people at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency because they serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Easy to get in contact with? You bet. Their agents can be reached directly on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office at 989-868-4722. Get ready to respond for unforeseen negative or positive events. Risk management with the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. On the line with us right now, Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Cody, got some good news for us today?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Definitely have some good news as far as wheat's concerned. We have another big day here midweek. Corn also getting a bump here this morning. Beans are actually the one lagging here today. Seems like they got maybe a little reversal here midweek, but overall we got 2 out of the 3 commodities in the green, so that's definitely a good start.
I see that we're getting a few more soybeans off the field right now. What's going on at the elevator?
Oh yeah, we're definitely getting in. I would say kind of in our local here area, Saginaw Valley area. I would say probably the heart of soybean harvest. They are rocking and rolling here. I was just talking to a couple guys, or actually was talking to some elevator personnel this morning, and it is definitely busy on the forefront. Yields continue to be fairly strong from what we're seeing. And like I said, looking at this extended forecast, there's plenty of time to get out there, and it doesn't get much better right now for harvest. So soybean harvest is definitely moving along at a good pace.
I know that rain helped out a little bit, not the one that we got yesterday, but a few days ago. It kind of got the moisture level up in those beans because they were getting pretty dry.
Yeah, definitely at the beginning of harvest on some lighter ground from what I was hearing. Beans were definitely almost what you could say maybe too dry on that. And like I said, that little bit of moisture, also this cooler weather with a little bit of dew and moisture in the morning is definitely helping that out as well. But we're definitely everything's getting better, I would say, as far as the quality is concerned, as far as beans being not as dry as they were earlier in the harvest, which sets up for a good finish, or at least right now, anyways.
Well, talk about a good finish. We still had some dry beans out there. Are they coming in?
Yes, they are just kind of on the back end. The dry bean harvest yields are continue to look very well, even on these later harvested beans. Like I said, weather's been really good for those, and kind of like you irritated about the soybeans. We had some really dry conditions to really start off with on the dry beans, and those progressed and actually got better as we got later into the season. So, dry bean harvest is definitely on the back end, and yields are continuing to look good.
Oh, that's excellent. So right now on the board, what have you got at Star of the West?
Yeah, right now we got cash wheat. That's up 15 at the moment. 5.99 on the white, 5.24 on the red. Looking at new crop 2025 wheat, we're up 17. 6.54 on the white, 5.69 on the red. Then looking at corn, cash and new crop corn up 5 at 3.59, and then cash and new crop soybeans are down 6 at 9.71.
You have a great day, Cody.
Yep, thank you very much.
You betcha. Talk to you again soon. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth. We've got Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, making agricultural loans since 1895. Farming today continues to offer challenges that are very demanding. And the folks at Thumb Bank, they can help you. They've got a lot of insight going on, a lot of data available, and they try to keep up on things, which is more difficult than you'd think. Thumb Bank, they've got locations all across the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region, where relationships are built on trust. Thumb Bank and Trust, equal opportunity lender and member FDIC. Also by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw. They are your headquarters for and complete parts for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-235, or I should say 358-4751. That's 800-358-4751. Or you can buy online at truckspring.com. And remember, they're open till 11 p.m. on weekdays. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
Did the bomb stop now?
I don't think so. The crude oil is still over 70, so yeah, that narrative is still in play. But ConAgra had their earnings. They were not so good. People really care about how much they pay for a box of cereal as opposed to, leasing a new car and, yeah, whatever you can get me, And sort of like that. So they really care about that low end stuff, and that hurt ConAgra's bottom line. Who hit a new high? CF Industries hit a new high today, so they cleared $88. So they're doing okay.
What's CF?
Big in the fertilizer business.
Oh.
Big in the fertilizer business. One of the biggest.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And Humana hit a new low today, so I guess the hospital business might not be so good. Don't know why, but that's what's going on. Oh, China's on fire again today. They're going straight up. New highs on just about everything in the Chinese large cap for sure. So that's going on. And stock market's bouncing back a little bit, 0.2 or 0.4%. So yesterday was not the end of the world. We will see it, live to see another day, I guess.
I sure hope so.
Right. So here's your numbers. December corn, $4.34, up a nickel. March corn, $4.52, up 5.5 cents. The November soybeans, $10.51 3/4, down 5.5. January soybeans, $10.70 1/4, down 5 1/4. December wheat, $6.16, up 17 cents. And March wheat, $6.38, up 18.5. Crude oil is $70.33, up 50 cents. Heating oil is $219.21, up 1.6 cents. Gasoline is $197.5, that's up a penny. Natural gas $291.5, up a penny and 3/4. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.3483 Canadian, that's down 7 ticks. The dollar buys 146.7 yen. That's up 251 ticks. So again, that's Asia on fire. The euro's at 110.44, down 23 ticks. The dollar's at 101.59, up 40 ticks. Gold's at 26.70.50, down $19.80. Silver's 32.04, up 30 cents. Platinum's 10.17.30, up 15.10. And copper's at 463.75. That's up 5 cents.
Wow.
That's right up there again.
A
That was
whopper.
a quick
5 cents.
Like 70 cents in the last 3 weeks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cruising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's standard. It is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll hope for better tomorrow.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Talk to you later. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. They can be your hometown financial solution. All you got to do is stop by any of the locations and check them out. We're talking over 30 locations all across the area. Or you can go online and check them out as well at frankenmuthcu.org. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Insurance Agency, where they know that every farm's needs vary like the crops in the field. You obviously are more than a number because, amongst other things, you do have a family, goals, and dreams for your future, and they are very important things to you. That's why they want to get to know you one-on-one so they can help you get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. Check them out today. Give them a call. The Rummel Agency, with offices in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Caro. We say good morning to Ed Benkert from Nutrien Ag. Ed, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Terry. Doing really well this morning.
I think I can breathe, but not very much. At least with a little bit of rain, there's not so much dust in the air right now.
No, and just talked to a couple of our locations a little bit ago, and it sounds like later in the day, guys will be back in the field combining.
I talked to a couple guys this morning, and they're out checking everything out. They were hoping in their soys that they'd get a little bit more moisture, and evidently whatever precipitation they got, some of them thought they got about 1/10 of an inch. It's really going to help. So they're going out this afternoon, as you said, and get back to work. There's a lot of beans that have come off in a pretty short period of time, Ed.
Yeah, Terry, I just processed a few of our soybean trials that our locations have done and got harvest data on, and yields are really good. Average so far in the 70s, and the moisture content was pretty low there. We lost a few bushels because of that, but this rain actually should help add a little moisture and get us back up in the teens, lower teens, where we need to be. Make sure we don't get as much shrink and headerless So yeah, things are going really well so far.
Right now, it looks as though we've got a handful of hybrids that are really producing.
Yeah, the Dynagrow lineup, our number one seller, our 21E and 81, has just been really consistent for us over the last 3 years. Performed really well in the state trials. In fact, it was number one last year, and so far it looks really good again. And there's new products coming along each year from not only Dynagrow but Vermont. We've had a couple entries that are new to us that look really promising. I always like to wait until we get most of the data off to know for sure which direction we're going to go in. But these new varieties typically add a bushel or two every year, and so that's one of the reasons why our crop consultants and locations are doing plots and side by sides to do evaluation to make sure we're positioning the best products on the farm.
Oh, that's good to hear. Given the price of everything, we need as good a yield as we can get.
Yeah, and seed selection is obviously a huge part of that, agronomy as well. But you get one chance to make the selection on seed, and there's lots of options. And making sure we go in the right direction there is really important to getting maximum economic yields.
Good points. Ed, always good to talk. We'll talk to you again soon. All righty?
Yeah, thank you, Terry. Have a great day.
I will. You too. Ed Benkert with Nutrien Ag. Going to take a break, and then who do we have up next, Matthew?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
But first, this.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel. At Ranch and Farm Auctions, we understand that selling your property is about passing on a legacy, your legacy. Working with Ranch and Farm Auctions to auction your property is a promise to maximize our experience and knowledge to bring top dollar for every acre. Our national platform and extensive buyer database from across the country are uniquely positioned to bring more qualified buyers, which leads to premium bids on auction day. Visit ranchandfarmauctions.com or call auction expert Michael Turner at 989-305-9683.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed orders. They carry the full line of corn and Enlist soybean seed, proven weed control designed to get a better harvest. And right now, industry-leading 14% cash discount until October the 15th, and a good supply all across the Dairyland varieties, including 4-seed and Power Core Enlist traded corn hybrids. Justin Varner, he's the guy you want to see. Dairyland Seed, we've got seed with your name on it. From your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain, since 1983, we're serving you is their business. Jerry Samolsky, good morning.
Good morning, Terry. How much did you get yesterday?
Barely a trace.
Yeah, we might have gotten. We're closing in on a 10th, but yeah, I don't think we quite got there. But that's all. Again, we'll take everything we can get. It's helpful, but so if we're going to be transplanting evergreens this year, now is the time we want to get it done. And the perennials, October is a great time to start transplanting perennials as well. We want to probably get that going in the next probably 2 weeks, maybe 3 if we have fair weather. But again, back to moisture. If you're going to do that, I'd suggest watering before you transplant. A day or two before, help loose, get the soil so it'll stick together, clump out a little bit better for you, and have soil move with the plant.
Good suggestions. Jerry, you take care. We'll talk to you again soon. All righty?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Hey, you need some tree trimming, tree removal. Legendary Tree Care can do it. No job is too big or too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in the big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Chuck Cervinsky joining us right now from Maple Hill Nursery. Chuck, beautiful weather to get some things done.
Hey, definitely. It's time to put those raised garden beds to bed right now until spring. And you're going to want to start by removing all the plant material that's left from this year and discard it. You don't want to just chop it up and mix it in, especially if you might have had some diseases on plants this summer, like powdery mildew or blight. We saw a lot of that this summer. And if your soil's getting bad, the best thing to do is remove the top few inches and replace it with fresh soil. And we've got the perfect solution for your soil needs, and it's called Veggie Dew 301 from Morgan Composting. Veggie Dew is crafted with about 15 different organic ingredients, and it's also powered by Dairy Dew, so it's got Dairy Dew in it as well. And it's specially blended for vegetables. And right now you'd put down about 2 or 3 inches of that soil in your raised beds after you take your old stuff out and wet it down. And this is going to start working on your soil biology now over the winter, and then you can top it off a little bit before you plant in the spring, and it really will make a big difference in your beds for next year.
So if we want to do all that, all we got to do is stop by the store.
And we'll show you how to do it with Dairy Dew products from Morgan Composting.
You have a great day, Chuck.
And we'll talk to you Friday.
Talk to you Friday. Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery in Midland.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
We'll be around about 12:30 for a market update, so stick around for that. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City at 602 North Euclid Avenue.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Days after Hurricane Helene swept through, the death toll continues to rise. It's now up to 175 in 6 states. And the damage?
We don't have street lights. We don't have power. And most roads are blocked from trees.
President Biden will travel to the Carolinas today. He's just ordered 1,000 active duty troops to North Carolina to boost the relief efforts there.